Gojo vs. Sukuna, one of, if not the greatest fight in all of recent shonen. This fight is the battle of the strongest jujutsu sorcerer of today and the strongest jujutsu sorcerer in history. This is a breakdown and review of the best fight in all Jujutsu Kaisen. Without further ado, let's wrap up the intro and get straight into the video. The fight starts with Gojo speaking to Ichiji about the prison realm and the current state of Shibuya. While Sukuna and Gojo agreed to a day they will fight, they never discussed a time. Whoever attacked first would be the challenger. Gojo and Ichiji meet with Yoshinobu and Utahime to initiate the fight. With Sukuna, Ichiji, and Utahime and Yoshinobu use all of their curse techniques together, along with Gojo chanting his speech to create a 200% hollow purple. 9 ropes. Polarized light, crow and declaration between front and back, hollow purple. The great power launches 4 kilometers across Shinjuku. Sukuna, while knowing Gojo was in Shinjuku, only noticed a powerful attack until the last second. Luckily, he was able to reinforce his arms to block the attack, but this causes both his arms to be destroyed. While Gojo was the first to attack, he declares Sukuna the challenger. Satoru Gojo, you are just a fish on my cutting board. You may flap around a lot, but you're still a nameless fish. First, I'll strip away your scales. Gojo says that he went through special training and that he will beat Sukuna and worry about Megami later. Both are ready, and at last, the battle of the strongest begins. They go blow for blow, hit for hit, bar for bar, destroying nearby buildings. Shinjuku is just their playground. Sukuna throws a dismantle. Gojo is able to dodge. While Gojo is distracted from the dismantle, Sukuna quickly blitzes him. Gojo blocks and throws Sukuna into a building. Inside, they fight until it collapses.
I'm blaming the property damage on you. Use those eyes of yours. We're being recorded. Huh? Oh, shit, Meme.
Gojo's students, allies, almost all Jujutsu sorcerers are watching this. They discuss the fight and who they think they will win. Then, domain expansion. Both Sukuna and Gojo's domains are launched at the same time, and so the first domain battle begins. Both domains were equally refined, and their sure hit effects canceled each other out. They fought with their domains open, and if one took heavy damage, their domain would collapse, meaning the other domain's expansion sure hit effect would activate immediately. Gojo's domain was barriered, while Sukuna's was not. This means that Sukuna's domain could attack Gojo's from the outside and shatter it. Gojo lost this domain clash. Sukuna's sure hit slash immediately begins to relentlessly attack Gojo. However, Gojo is able to quickly heal, use reverse curse technique to instantly heal all of the slashes done to him. He is one of the only sorcerers in all of history to be able to do this. However, he needs to destroy Sukuna's domain quickly or leave. If he can't do this, he will suffer from burnout of reverse curse technique and be killed. Gojo and Sukuna fight inside the domain. Gojo then uses simple domain to block Sukuna's slashes. Gojo and Sukuna go back to fighting, and whenever Gojo's simple domain will falter, he would activate it again. However, he can't keep doing this. He needs to free himself of the domain quickly. He charges at Sukuna and bears hug him. He then launches a red point blank right at Sukuna. This deals enough damage, collapsing the domain. While Sukuna's domain is collapsed, Gojo uses this opportunity to launch his own domain. Sukuna is able to launch his domain at the same time though, starting the second domain clash. This time though, Gojo immediately charges at Sukuna in an attempt to deal enough damage to destroy his domain. Sukuna fights back, but he stops his sure hit in his domain. However, he is holding Gojo. The condition of Gojo's domain is that the sure hit will strike anything inside, except anybody with direct contact to Gojo, which in this case, Sukuna was. He did this buying time to amplify his domain. This causes Gojo's domain to shatter once again. He heals all the cuts from Malevolent Shrine quickly with reverse curse technique, and then domain expansion. Gojo releases Infinite Void again, the barrier from it crushing nearby buildings. Everyone spectating is worried that Gojo is going insane, and to that I say, let him cook! The barrier Infinite Void shrinks. It turns out that in the prison room, Gojo learned how to change the condition of Infinite Void to make it small, crushing Malevolent Shrine inside. However, Sukuna was able to destroy Infinite Void at the same time, both domains being destroyed in a tie. They go blow for blow outside of their domains. Then Gojo activates Infinite Void. Sukuna's Malevolent Shrine is also activated at the same time again. The fourth domain clash begins. This time though, if Gojo can destroy Sukuna's domain in under 3 minutes, Infinite Void will hit and Gojo will win. Gojo and Sukuna fight hand in hand, however, both deal enough damage, and at the same time, Gojo and Sukuna's domains break. They fight again, once more, then Gojo deploys his domain. Sukuna at the same time, but this time, something was off. The difference was less than 0.01 seconds, but Gojo deployed his domain first. Infinite Void hits Sukuna. Gojo charges in while Sukuna is hit with the Infinite Void. But then, with this treasure, I summon 8-handled sword, Divergent Seal, a Divine General, Maharaga. Gojo is shocked and states that he will have to hit him before he can adapt, but it's too late. Maharaga breaks the barrier and Infinite Void is destroyed. It turns out Maharaga had already adapted to Infinite Void, but how? It turns out Sukuna had put the burden of adaptation on Megami's soul, and because he had already been hit with Infinite Void 5 times, Maharaga had already adapted to it. Gojo tries to open his domain again, but he can't. He had activated too much that day, so he had suffered from burnout. Pause right now if you would like to see the full explanation on Curse Technique burnout, but to be honest with you guys, I don't feel like explaining it all. It seems like it's over. Sukuna tries to launch his domain, but he also suffers from burnout. Both their domains are no more. Ultimate strength and the solitude it brings. I'm the one who will teach you about love. Gojo and Sukuna fight, and Gojo is so fast that he is able to create after images. Sukuna is able to see through this though, and he launches Gojo. Gojo notices that Maharaga's wheel has rotated 4 times. 3 more rotations and Maharaga will have adapted to infinity. Gojo needs to end this quickly. Gojo launches multiple blasts at Sukuna and he dodges all of them. 2 more spins. They fight hand to hand for a while. 1 more spin till Maharaga adapts to infinity. Gojo launches a red, but Sukuna dodges. BAM! It turns out when Gojo launched that last red, he launched it at an angle so that it would wrap around the building they're in, hitting Sukuna in the back. And while Sukuna is stunned from the red, Gojo rushes him. Black Flash! Sukuna's eyes turn white and he passes out. His wheel drops to the floor, but just before it turns, that was the final rotation. Maharaga is summoned, being adapted to infinity. Gojo hits Maharaga with a red. Sukuna uses 10 shadows, rapid escape, and then throws a fire hydrant? Hold up, this MF really threw a fire hydrant at Satoru Gojo. I read the manga, but I really didn't remember this. Yeah, then Sukuna throws a, and I can't believe I'm saying this, a fire hydrant at Satoru freaking Gojo. Alright, I'm gonna be serious now, okay. One of them, while Gojo is distracted, uses piercing blood. I mean, I get it, he's the king of curses, but did he really need this? Okay then. It hits Gojo, but he quickly heals it. Don't get the wrong idea. This isn't a 2 against 1. It's a 3 against 1. And then Gojo says, oh, we jumping, huh? And then Yuja and Yuta pull up and then... Nah, I'm just kidding. Gojo makes a remark about how Merge Beast Agito looks like a lost alien. Merge Beast Agito, Maharaga, and Sukuna jump, fight Gojo at the same time. Maharaga has adapted to most of Gojo's attacks, and that's when Gojo realizes he's gonna have to end this here and now with the Hollow Purple. Sukuna and his allies fight Gojo. Gojo is holding his own. Sukuna tells Maharaga to show him what he's got. Maharaga then cuts Gojo's arm clean off. Gojo quickly heals it and then destroys Merge Beast Agito with the point blank blue. Kinda like Rasengan. Anyway, that's besides the point. Gojo and Sukuna go hand in hand. Gojo throws Sukuna and Maharaga into a nearby building. Then, phase Paramita. Sukuna realizes Gojo's plan and yells at Maharaga to rush Gojo and destroy Blue. Gojo then punches Maharaga back with both the attacks still charged and ready to go. Sukuna tries to fire a piercing blood to destroy Gojo's Blue, but Gojo starts his chant. Phase Twilight, Eyes of Wisdom. Blue absorbs Sukuna's piercing blood. 9 ropes, polarized light, crow and declaration, between front and back, hollow purple. Shinjuku is destroyed, along with Maharaga. Sukuna emerges from the ash on the verge of death. Gojo has won. Alright guys, that's the end of today's video. I'm just kidding. Next chapter, we cut to Gojo in an airport with Geto. He explains the solitude that comes with being the strongest and how Sukuna was the only one that could match him. How Sukuna was the greatest fight of his life. We then go back to Shinjuku and we see Gojo cut in half. It turns out that the last second, Sukuna was able to learn the slice that cuts the world. He used this to cut Gojo in half, ending this incredible fight. You were magnificent, Satoru Gojo. I shall never forget you as long as I live. And with that, the Battle of the Strongest comes to a close. Thank you, Gege, for such an amazing tale, and thank you all for watching. I'll see you in the next one. So, I did say I was going to do a review. Gojo vs. Sukuna really is one of the greatest fights in all of recent shonen, and if you haven't read it, I recommend it. The domain battle gets a little bit old after a while, but whenever they're fighting hand to hand, it's awesome. They set the stakes really well, and the entire time you're wondering who's gonna win. It doesn't feel one-sided. This was my first video with the script, so if you could tell a difference and you liked it more, like and subscribe, and I'll try to do more videos like these. When Diamond ends, I may do a review for that, so stay tuned. Bye!